Thank you so much for allowing me to talk to you today. I actually want to start us off in a kind of an atypical way, something that works well for me. So I actually want to ask, you've been through a lot the last couple of days, a lot of inputs. So I'm going to ask us actually, if you feel comfortable, to either close your eyes or just soften your gaze and just take a moment to kind of breathe and clear your mind for a moment and kind of be here and be present for the last little bit. And I'm going to do the same. Thank you so much for doing that. If it didn't help you, then it helped me a bit, so thank you. So as Jill mentioned, my name is Anupa, and I am a 2012 Owen grad. I cannot believe that I am living the life of my choosing. So throughout my younger years, I kind of fit a linear path that might fit many of you. I was focused on school and doing well in school throughout high school and undergrad, went to a 4-year undergraduate program, and then went on to consult for 5 years at a healthcare consulting firm, Huron Consulting Group. Had a great experience there, learned a ton, traveled all over the nation, worked with different health systems, and was traveling Monday through Friday. So learned a lot there, but what I found is I was kind of on autopilot. I was kind of doing what I thought was the right next thing to do in my life, in my career. I was trying to get the approval of my parents, of my brother, of my teachers, of my peers, and I was just kind of going on that path. And in that journey, I found that after consulting or during consulting, that was not a very sustainable lifestyle for me. So I was thinking, what's the next step on my journey? And the next logical step to me was getting an MBA. So I started studying for the GMAT and started applying. But in that time period, something kind of very big personal happened in the fact that my mother started showing signs of a terminal illness that she's still living with today. So basically, the ground underneath me kind of shook, and I was looking at everything very differently. I kind of woke up. But I still, because I'm a type A personality, propelled forward and studied for the GMAT and applied to schools. And I started looking at schools. And during that process, I came to Owen. And that's when things kind of started shifting. I felt really seen here. I felt comfortable here. I was able to be myself from everywhere from the interview to all of the discussions. I came to a Discover weekend. And all the questions I would ask of the staff or the students, I felt like I got real answers to those questions. And that's what I needed at that time, honestly, was a real place to be. And so I made the good decision of coming here. And since, while I was here, I found some things that kind of spoke more to me. I started getting off of that autopilot. And I did things like get involved in the Owen community. I was a campus visit coordinator, like the folks who are organizing this weekend. So I got to be involved in the recruitment process. I also was a co-chair of the Vanderbilt Healthcare Conference, which was really cool. In 2011, we kind of took it to the next level, and we had great speakers and sponsors and recruiters. And so I was able to, I think, really make an impact on the healthcare MBA, which was, a real opportunity for me. And I've taken that, I felt that getting involved in the community was a good thing for me personally. And so I've taken that into my Nashville life. I live here today, and I've gotten involved in ways like being on the board of directors for The Contributor. It's a homeless street newspaper here. I am currently volunteering at a kindergarten class at KIPP Academy in East Nashville. And I'm working on my yoga teacher training, and I do a bi-weekly meditation group that anyone's welcome to when you move to Nashville. So these are things that resonate with me, and I found that by kind of opening my eyes and being present here at Owen. Another thing that happened while I was here was figuring out what I wanted to do beyond here, right? And that was something that was kind of like frustrating for me. As soon as you walk in the door here, you're thinking, what am I gonna do next? And I didn't know what I wanted to do next. And so I really took the opportunity, the 2 years here, to go to every career fair, every info session. I was looking at big companies, and I was having coffees and beers with entrepreneurs and alums. And that, the latter is what kind of resonated with me. These folks who were really passionate about what they were doing, and who were, kind of really casual and flexible, that was something that spoke to me. And so I went that path. I joined a company called InQuicker. It's an online scheduling company in healthcare. At the time, it was a startup. Now we've been acquired. But 5 years later, I'm still there. I'm a senior product manager there now, and I really love improving access to care for patients. But it didn't seem like a popular path to me at the time. When I was here, I was thinking, if I had started a company or if I had joined a really reputable company, then I would be, a success. But I didn't do that. That's not what was like calling my name. And so I was employee number 20 at a small healthcare tech company. And, I believe I made the right decision, and it's been really good to me. So that's kind of the message that I want to share with you today, is kind of listening to yourself, figuring out what's right for you. I'm at another inflection point, I think, in my career, because the company, like I said, we got acquired a year and a half ago. It's not that small company anymore. So I'm thinking, I have never really wanted to be on the C-suite of a large corporation. No one's asking me to be either, but even if they did, I don't know that that's the path for me. So I'm considering, what is next? And I don't know. I don't have an answer to that right now, but I am taking this opportunity to kind of do what we did at the beginning. Pause, take a breath, figure out what's right for me. And the reason I wanted to share that with you is because you're sitting in these seats in this really cool position where you get to decide what you're going to do for the next 2 years and then beyond that. And sometimes that can seem like a burden, like there's a lot of fear associated with these inflection points. But I would just challenge you to look at it as an opportunity instead of a burden. And if you feel fear associated with it, as I do as well, then take that opportunity to listen to yourself, go off autopilot, and listen to your gut and trust yourself. So that's what I wanted to leave you with today. Thank you so much for the time.